Just block out. Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Extol Live, sponsored by New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking. I am Angie Fenton. We're getting off to kind of a little bit of a slow start this morning, but coming up, you'll see soon. We're in the Halloween spirit, that's for sure. Now, in just a few moments, we're going to talk with Chef Liz Martino. She's back from Mesa Kids Cooking School with an actual rock star chef in attendance as well. And she's going to be giving away a $35 gift card to Mesa Kids Cooking School. But speaking of food and drink, we may as well throw the drink in there. It's going to be maybe a little bit of a chilly, rainy Saturday a little bit, but it's always, doesn't matter what season it is, it's always a great day to visit French Lick Winery. Take a look. We love French Lick Winery, that's for sure. Now, Chef Liz Martino is back from Mesa Kids Cooking School. I wish you guys could smell what it smells like. Chef, what are you making today?
Well, today I'm making something sweet and delicious, and I think that a little bit decadent, but we are celebrating today, and this is going to be our pumpkin pie croissants that we'll be making at Mesa Kids this November in our cooking class.
Before we get to the rock star chef, do you think we've got Fred behind the camera here because, first of all, we've got Liz. I did not dress up. I'm lucky that I got dressed this morning. I know you know some of those mornings. I know you know.
That's why I didn't have to iron this.
So you're in the Halloween spirit here. Absolutely. So, Fred, I'm going to ask you if we could get a little close up on Colin Wood, otherwise known as, I know I'm going to make you swing that camera. My apologies. I mean, let's step into the light. Just turn around. There you go. This is Colin Wood. I'm going to jump over here. Colin, you even know anything about this design?
I don't know anything about it, but I really like it. So I feel like I'm rocking it today.
Who did you get the fanny pack from?
I got it from Liz herself over there. She was so generous to lend it to me for the day. So.
If you haven't seen the picture of The Rock dressed just like this,
well, you want me to pull it up?
I mean, if they haven't Googled it already.
Right.
But twins. I think you're twinning there.
Yeah, look, it's black and I'm wearing brown, but I think people get the point. So you're out of high school, you're in college now. Is this a look you'll rock the class? Probably every single day, to be honest, because I'm really digging it. It's a really comfy turtleneck, so I might just have to wear it every single day.
I want to know who you got the chain from.
It's actually a long story. It was some guy on the street who
this
was
is
actually.
Not. Wow, this is not.
Do you want me to continue with the
No,
story?
I do not. Okay. I'm gonna no. But yes, no.
Do you want me to?
No, I don't even know if I do.
Okay. It's not a bad story today. It's actually
it's
kind of heartwarming if you ask me, because it was a homeless guy who was making his money selling chains.
Okay.
So
that's awesome.
So there is a sweet.
And I got it. I bought it for $20.
So you paid for
Yeah, It was.
I know you have a big heart.
Gesture. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I thought you were going to call out like your parents or something like that, because back in my day, we rocked that look. All right, if we can take a look over at Addie as well. She's in the corner, but Addie Miners will be on coming up soon. Addie dressed as a witch, even though she is anything but. If you are in New Albany, Halloween trick-or-treating is from 6 to 8:30 on Sunday night, thanks to the calendar for Sunday night trick-or-treating, right, Liz? If you have kids, I'm just going.
I can't wait for Sunday night.
Maybe it's not Sunday night, it's Monday morning.
Yeah, I can wait for Monday morning.
Going trick-or-treating with the kids is the best.
It really is.
It's absolutely the best.
It's so much fun. We have a blast.
Well, you said, so we're celebrating. So, okay, what do you have now that you're putting in there? Is a pumpkin mixture?
Yes. So what I have here is what's called a rough puff pastry. And basically I just kind of made a quick puff pastry. It's thick and sweet and buttery. And I added a little bit of our cinnamon, it's not even cinnamon, pumpkin spice and a little bit of sugar just to put it on here. And I've got our pumpkin pie filling that I'm going to add right here and just spoon it all over.
Okay.
It's going to be a little messy.
As you're doing that, I'm going to ask that Buddy Wixon steps over here. If you've joined us for Extol Live, you'll recognize Buddy as one of our younger chefs who joined us, well, I guess maybe 3 weeks ago, Liz?
I would say, yeah, I can't remember anything past yesterday, I feel like, but yes.
Something like that. But
yeah, it's been a few weeks.
Set up the scene of who those kids were and what they were doing, and then we'll get to why we have Buddy here today.
Absolutely. So you were so gracious to invite several of our Mesa Kids Food Truck Challenge kids here just a few weeks ago to kind of see what's going on. We had a whole bunch of guys, and they all brought their special things, and Buddy was one of those guys. Buddy has been a part of our Mesa Kids Food Truck Challenge, and he has a business called Bearded Barbecue. He's been smoking meat since he was 16 years old, and he's now a senior in high school. He'd already, been working on this and travels and does festivals and things like that. But he wanted to step it up. He wanted to learn a little bit more about what it means to go into business and how to be successful. And he's the lone one standing here today, as you can see.
Buddy, you started at 16. What was it about smoking meat that I guess really attracted you to that? Because that's something that is labor intensive, that's for sure.
I wasn't really smoking meat.
Go ahead and hold that up a little bit.
More of the cooking aspect.
Mm-hmm.
That was more my mom. She got me into cooking at a very young age. It wasn't really like do everything. It was more just help out. And kind of fell in love with just helping out and doing stuff. And I just always just like barbecue.
So Liz, last weekend at the New Albany Farmers Market, you had, of all of your kids, it was narrowed down to 3 finalists.
Yes.
And we can shout out their names. I watched your live on the Mesa Kids Cooking School Facebook page. You're doing tremendous things on there. I know Paula is right behind you. Paula has been amazing highlighting the young people whose talents.
Yeah, she is amazing doing that.
Stunning.
Yeah.
But you had...
So we had Braden Bertle. He had the walking cheesecake. He did cheesecake enchiladas. And we had Yana McCarty, and she had mini meals, and she featured her spaghetti and meatball. I guess they were like cups. They were really amazing.
The meatballs.
So good.
Oh.
And it was really funny is she found that the most challenging, and I thought that she did it with ease, and I thought they were perfect from the very first time she ever made them.
Same
so
here.
Competition was stiff. Out of 10 kids, picking 3 was very difficult, and clearly picking 1 was actually even more difficult because it came down to 1 vote between each one of them.
Well, we were there and had an opportunity to enjoy, and were absolutely just blown away by the professionalism of all of the kids. But I think one of the coolest stories wasn't there one of the 3 who was on his own until other team members helped fill in and helped Braden?
Yeah, so Braden is a very determined individual, and he got there before. He was the last one to leave on prep night on Friday night, and the very first one to show up, and he showed up at 6 a.m. and he prepped by himself until probably about 8:30. But I can say that one thing that was really awesome about this fellow right here is that a lot of what he did was in his smokers at home, so he did a lot of preparation. But when we had our prep nights and in class, even though he wasn't always working on something at the moment, he stepped in and helped every single member of that class and the other teams as well. It was really amazing to watch.
Oh, I love it. I want to take a second. Liz, tell us what you did. You just cut that like pizza.
Yeah, I did. So I cut these into triangles, and I have
Go ahead and get a close up of that, please, Colin?
It's going to be a little bit messy. Cut them into triangles, and I'm just going to roll them up. So we're going to have a yummy, nummy filling inside. I promise they're a little messy looking right now, but they'll be good. So we're going to roll these up. We have this thick puff pastry.
Oh,
and I've got them in triangles, and then we're just going to slowly, there we go.
You are an expert at that. As Liz is doing that, Lisa Stark says, what an amazing young man. Do you know Lisa? Yeah, I figured that. Michelle Hester said the kids did such an amazing job. Paula Atkins is amazing. She loves the kiddos. And Lisa says, great job to the kids and to the organizers as well. Love to see comments like that. If you're joining us for Extol Live this morning, leave us a comment. That is also how we decide who is going to be our winner of the Mesa Kids Cooking School $35 gift certificate. Now, what does that gift certificate or gift card actually go toward, Liz? Because you have so many different things.
We do. We have a lot of different things, a lot of different ways that you can spend your gift card with Mesa Kids. The holidays are coming up. We have a variety of holiday workshops coming up all this month, or almost this month, all of November and December. So you can use that towards a day camp, the week of Christmas. You can use that towards a weekend workshop. The average weekend workshops are about $35, but you can spend it on a couple things. You can come and get a day pass to come to one of our cooking classes, whether it's preschool or our 5 to 15-year-old kids. There's just so many. We have Breakfast with the Grinch coming up in December, so there's a lot of really fun things that you definitely don't want to miss out on at Mesa Kids, and we want you there too.
And you and I talked about this. I mean, the big buzz right now is the supply chain and demand and the issues with that. So make it easy on yourself. Shop local.
Yes, that's my goal this year.
Absolutely, shop local. Buddy, you have some supporters who are here. Okay, let's start with the one who she's going to remain off camera, even though she is a communications aficionado. Who do we have who's off camera? And I promised her we would keep her off camera.
My sister, Gabby, she's off camera. She doesn't like being on.
That's all right. You need
like
people
that.
behind the cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of support does your sister offer you?
She's basically my marketer. She'll go on Facebook or Instagram or whatever and push my business because obviously I'm not very tech savvy.
You're cooking, right? We all need the person who's going to be pushing us out. Now, who came up with your logo?
I forgot what lady that was. Jordan Graham. At least my mom sent a picture in to Jordan Graham, and it was actually a picture of me, and she did the outline of my face.
I love it. I asked you this the last time you were on, and as somebody who was the same size that I am now at 46 years of age in 5th grade, when did you grow a beard?
I've had a beard since, I think, 7th grade.
Mom and Dad are over there going, yeah. I just think that the marketing is fantastic. Let's have Mom and Dad come on in here. I know. Surprise.
I'm gonna scoot on over.
Buddy, since you have the microphone, you introduce Mom and Dad if you don't mind.
This is my mom, Lynette. Hi. And this is my dad, Ron.
Hello.
I like it. So not only I'm going to step in right here. So learning that your son won the challenge, I mean, how does that make you feel?
Amazing. And
you told me you were going to get choked up when you talk about your son, but I mean, I think that shows just so much of your pride and your love.
his determination has been incredible. Has done wonders for his self-esteem. It's just been an incredible experience for him.
Dad, what is that?
Very thankful.
What is that like for you?
I'm just so very proud of him. I mean, like I said, with him, long nights, and he hangs in there, and he just loves his passion of smoking. So yeah, very proud and looking forward to the future and seeing where he's going to go with this.
Liz, I think this is a great segue. Speaking of future, how about we wait to tell Buddy what his grand prize is? Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Okay, we've got some things that we think are gonna just drops in the bucket on your way to your future that are gonna continue to help you. You okay with standing by for a moment?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay, well, we're so glad that you all are here as well. But we're also glad that we have sponsors of Extol Live. Thank you to New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking as well.
Here at Cutter Woodworking, I'm a CNC programmer and operator. So my previous job, I had a pretty long drive, about an hour and a half drive from home, and I just wasn't happy there. So I decided I would come to Cutter's. It was closer to home. I heard some good things about it. So I decided to come in, put an application in, and now I am super happy that I did, and I'm thankful that I did. I enjoy my time here. It's a great place to work. Here we have great benefits. It's a family-owned business. They're always out and about. There's tons of job opportunities out there. There's plenty of opportunities to be able to move up. You know, if you prefer a different job, or maybe you like something better, there's always some openings here and there that could better yourself, better your future here, and also better the company. Anybody out there that's searching or thinking about putting in a job application, or even just coming in and checking out the place, I highly recommend it. I don't think you would ever be disappointed. I think you would actually be pretty happy with the decision, you know, a year down the road or 5 years down the road. I don't think you would ever look back. I know I sure haven't.
So welcome back. Luckily today, I am not doing the workout, but the Senior Walking Club at the New Albany Housing Authority, they took care of that for me. I caught up with them for a workout session recently. So let's check out what they've got going on over there.
This is my second week of exercising with Willa and Glenn and the rest of the crew here at Mark L. Rod Senior Apartments. I quit smoking cigarettes, and I'm so thrilled to have this opportunity to exercise and with a group of fun people. Willa makes everything fun for us.
Well, the thing is, I get to come down, I get to socialize, and I get to move parts of the body that I normally may not move if I'm not down here with the music and exercise and with everybody else. At least it keeps you moving and not just sitting and saying that you can't do. And what little bit you can do helps.
Everybody come and join us because we're living proof that this works, and Willa makes everything fun. But you leave just inspired and happy. So come join us.
They were such an inspiration over there at the New Albany Housing Authority. I absolutely loved getting to talk with them. So if you've noticed my hat I've got going on here, I love spooky season. And even though it's coming to a close here soon, I did get over to the Culbertson Mansion in downtown New Albany to check out a spooky haunted house. Let's see what we found. Welcome back to another Explore with Extol. I'm your host, Addie Miners. And if you're anything like me, you love October because of the Halloween, the spooky fun things. So today we are at the Culbertson Mansion. I'm here with Devin Payne, and she's gonna take us on a little tour, sneak peek to see what's going on around here. Maybe tell us a couple creepy stories as well. So Devin, tell me a little bit about just this first floor in general.
So the first floor would have really been the space that the family would have used as a public space. So they have the formal and informal parlors, the dining room, and the library. And they would have had dinner parties in the dining room. They would have had guests over in the informal parlor, or what they would have called the receiving room. And then they would have used this space, which is the formal parlor, for all sorts of different activities, art shows, parties, anytime they had anybody over and they wanted to have, say, a musician, things like that.
So Devin, I know nothing about the Culbertson Mansion. I've honestly never even really heard of it until I came over here and was working for Extol. So what is the general, background of what this house is?
So this house belonged to Mr. William Culbertson and his second wife, Cornelia. They started construction on the house in 1867 and finished it in 1869 when they moved in. It's really a masterpiece of Victorian artistry. They spared no expense to decorate the interior of the house, and it's a prime example of French Second Empire architecture, as well as the beautiful interior decoration.
All right, so Devin, tell me which is your favorite room on this first floor?
So my absolute favorite room on the first floor is the library. It's so beautiful. The colors in here are super calm. It just makes me feel really good when I come in here. All the rooms on the whole first floor are gorgeous. So the ceilings are decorated with scenes of arts and culture. So you can see geography, literature, art, music on the ceiling here. And they kind of are matched in the lamp.
All right, so now we're up on the second floor. What room do you recommend checking out up here?
The Rose Room. This is Mrs. Culbertson's bedroom, first Cornelia, and later his third wife, Rebecca. You can see that it's decorated in beautiful shades of pink. The ceiling in this room was recently restored. It was completely finished and unveiled in 2018. And this room has many, many, many different colors of paint, as you can see in the ceiling. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
This is kind of creepy. So where are we now?
We're now in the basement. We are in the area that would be the servants' domain. So down here in the kitchen, the cook would be in charge, and you can see that this is the original stove back here. It's a pretty small kitchen for a house this large, but had a lot of modern conveniences like the stove and the water pump, which would have made it more convenient for the cook and her help. She would have been responsible for making those, 6-course dinners, 10-course dinners that the family would have been eating.
All right, it's time for the grand finale here, the 3rd floor of the Culbertson Mansion, which I've heard some spooky sightings have happened upstairs.
So often we will get reports that people see a lady standing in the window in the 3rd floor hallway late at night or early in the morning when no one is here.
Let's go upstairs.
Yes.
I'm already creeped out. I can feel it in my bones, but I'm also a scaredy cat. So.
This is the hallway. Over here would have been the ballroom, and then there's a couple of bedrooms up here as well. So not a lot up here, but the hallway is probably the most interesting part in my mind.
If you're really into ghosts, it's October, spooky season, come on out to the Culbertson Mansion. They are open Wednesday to Sunday, 10 to 5 in New Albany. Wait, did you just hear that? Heck no, I gotta get out of here. It's time to go. It's time to go. We'll see y'all next week.
Addie, I told you I have been on that 3rd floor at the Culbertson Mansion numerous times, and I will never go up there by myself.
It was so creepy. I swear, it looked like it was a little stage, but we did hear something, and I was like, we need to get out of here. We gotta go. And Colin was like, wait, I got that on. He was like, we need to get that on camera. That was good. I was like, I don't even want to stay up here anymore. I'm ready to get out.
No. I have to say, one of my most favorite pieces that we ever wrote about in Extol magazine was Stacey Thomas. It's the history of the Culbertson Mansion. I mean, just in addition to, the spookiness, which it is, it's creepy. It's historic and just phenomenal.
It was really cool. The guide there that was with us was telling us all about the history as well. It was fascinating because I'm a big history buff, so I enjoyed that as well. But the spooky, that's about as spooky as I'll get.
No.
I do like spooky season, but
that's pushing it. Well, Liz Martino is with us, of course, from Mesa Kids Cooking School. Liz, again, what are you making right now? What's in the oven here? I won't even open it. I almost did. You're not supposed to do that. I know.
We're making pumpkin pie croissants. So I've got some in the oven that we just prepared, and then I'm making another batch now, and then we'll be making some cream cheese icing to go on top of it because you gotta, and it's a little caramel and pecans if interested.
What is the pie, the pumpkin pie filling made out of?
Our pumpkin, it's roasted pumpkin. We have a mixture of spices. Actually, I used Braden's pumpkin pie spice that Braden made for the contest. There was some left over, and I thought he took it, but when I found it, I was too excited because it's very good. So I actually used that in the pumpkin pie. Yeah, thanks, Braden.
Well, we are celebrating, of course, Buddy, who is the bearded barbecue, that's for sure. And his win at Mesa Kids Cooking School, first ever food truck challenge contest.
Yes.
Grand prize winner.
Grand prize winner.
And Liz, I'll let you this time introduce who's joining us again, just in case somebody just jumped on and joined us for Extol Live, starting here with Paula.
Absolutely. This is Paula Marlar. Paula is our coordinator with Mesa Kids, and really she helped facilitate this challenge in particular. We kind of came up with the idea on our back porch one summer night, and from then on we just went, and we didn't stop until we finished, and we just can't believe that we have such an amazing group of kids and an amazing winner in Buddy Wixon with Bearded Barbecue, and his parents are over there, forever supportive and loving Wixons.
When we were watching one of the videos and just behind the scenes here, you said mom and dad jump in and are helping.
Well, when Paul and I, be perfectly honest, we were surprised that we would get one. You know, when you work really hard on something, you just don't know if it's what it's going to be like. And Buddy was our first contestant that signed up, and we were out scouting, and we went to Kids Market Day in Charlestown, and there he is, and there they are, and everybody's sweating and working hard, and they had a line, and we couldn't believe, like, oh my gosh, this kid, he's exactly what we're looking for. Is this something he'd be interested in? And I think we struck up a conversation. We got some sandwiches, and then the rest is history. We fell in love with the sandwiches.
However, Liz and I, we will tell you this. It was funny. When we were there, we took pictures of Buddy's barbecue, and we honestly felt a little bad when we were leaving because we felt like people thought we were from like Food Network or something because we were taking pictures, and they were like, "Who are those women?" So that was just a funny little story when we were there.
Hey, we'll take Mesa Kids Cooking School. That's all right. Food Network, that might be in your future.
Yes.
You just never know. It's one thing to have our kids work with us, but it's another thing to work for your kids. As mom and dad, what is that like?
It's a family affair for us.
Yeah.
We each have an unspoken part. Of course, Buddy is the main point. Ron does the shopping. I schedule the events, and Gabby, his sister, does all of his marketing, and Buddy's in charge of the cooking and promoting and selling the meat. And so it's been kind of a family affair, but it's his business, and we're excited for him to see where it goes.
Buddy, talk about your future for a second. What do you envision?
Hopefully I can take over Franklin Barbecue, Barbecue Jesus. Yeah, that's my plan, is to be the best barbecue in the United States, hopefully.
Don't you love it?
How do I not know this term?
It's just a little nickname down in Texas. So that's what people call him,
And
Barbecue Jesus.
so, I mean, I love go-getters. That is a tremendous goal, and I think you've got the chops to do it. Now, Liz, in addition to just winning, I mean, that's a big deal to win Mesa Kids Cooking School's first ever food truck challenge. There are some amazing prizes that's in store for Buddy.
Yes. I think I have it all written down.
You know what?
So many
I'm gonna
things.
help you out.
I
It's
appreciate
Friday,
it.
You're cooking. You organize this.
Yes.
By the way, Liz comes in, and we just open the door. She makes the coffee. She starts cooking. She lets guests in. I mean, you're just family.
Pretty soon you can leave me a meal and.
I mean, the key. I'm giving you the key on the way at the door. So.
Perfect. So I would say that we're just thrilled to have you as our champion, and I think that you are a perfect representation of what I want Mesa Kids to be. You guys are amazing. I think that we all came out of family, and I don't think that we'll ever stop talking to each other. I hope not. I will always follow your career. But for the next year, we want to keep a really close eye on you. We want to work with you one-on-one. We're going to give you commissary space at Mesa Kids for the next year. You're awarded a space at the New Albany Farmers Market. We are going to give you a $500 check to start some of the things that you want to be able to do, like getting your farmer's market permit and all that kind of stuff, help out with that kind of stuff. And then we're going to do continued mentorship. We talked about that a little bit before. I want to meet with you, obviously, next week so we can talk about how we can get these things going in a timeline. But also, I want to meet with you monthly. And if it's not me, then I've got a handful of mentors that really want to keep you on the right track and help you achieve your dreams and your goals. And that's the ISBDC. That's me, your favorite chef, talking monthly. We can see where you are, where your goals are, and to get you in that spot. So we want to be with you every step of the way. We're going to find you when you are at your events, and we're going to take pictures, and we're going to document you, and that kind of stuff will be yours too. And we just want to keep it going. So.
And in addition to that, Extol Media, we have a magazine that is throughout Southern Indiana. And so we are giving you a full page ad, of course. And then we also would like to coordinate with you. We know you're really busy and you're doing a lot of barbecuing and a lot of smoking and a lot of events, but we'd love to feature you on Extol Eats, which is part of our TV show. And it's a segment that's hosted by Dan Farmer. He's the lead singer of the Juicebox Heroes. So the two of you will be smoking and cooking together, and then you can utilize that highly produced, edited video in any way that you see fit. So we're excited for you. Barbecue Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
We've got a proud mama over here. Proud mama and dad.
Thank you so much, Angie.
More hankies, buddy. I mean, Food Network is probably one of my favorite channels, so I will be looking forward to seeing what you're going to do, because I mean,
it's going to happen.
Absolutely it is.
You're going places.
We're going to take a quick break. Thank you to our sponsors, Cutter Woodworking and the New Washington State Bank. Oh, I love Feel Good Friday stuff. Buddy, we didn't give you a chance to respond to your prizes. How are you feeling right now?
A bit overwhelmed. That's the best I can describe it. It's quite a lot. And I do thank y'all for doing all this for me. It's a big part, and I can't even speak right now.
Well, I want you to know that I think I speak for Liz and Paula. I mean, you deserve it. You deserve it. You work extremely hard. I know that you're going to continue working extremely hard. It's amazing to have a family that is so supportive behind you, and big things to come. That's for sure.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of big things, at least for us at Extol Media, we're excited that we are launching our Saturday morning television show, 7:30 a.m. on Saturdays on WDRB's sister station, WBKI, the CW. Now, we've been playing a sneak peek, but starting next Saturday, we will actually be introducing episodes, and it's all things Southern Indiana or Southern Indiana connected somehow. Here's just a little sneak peek.
What is Southern Indiana?
What defines Southern Indiana? Community.
The people.
Rejuvenation.
Local businesses.
Sports.
Animals and people.
Small town.
Culture.
Community.
Great place to own a business.
People.
Tight-knit community.
Tradition.
Friends.
Neighborhood gatherings.
Food is awesome.
Southern Indiana is home.
Watch This Is So In Saturday mornings at 7:30 on WBKI, the CW.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us for Extol Live. We're actually cutting things early for once, Addie, because we've been a little busy.
Doesn't usually happen.
We've been a little busy putting together a true TV show, but we're excited that we have the live stream, and it's been just, I mean, a great partnership with Liz Martino and Mesa Kids Cooking School. Now, Liz, I would be remiss before we say goodbye. You are giving away, again, a $35 gift certificate to Mesa Kids Cooking School.
Yes.
And tell people what that could go toward.
So many things. We have workshops on the weekends. We have day camps coming up for the holidays. We have preschool classes and cooking classes for children aged 5 through 15. If you want to use it right now during the holiday season, we would love it. But if you want to save it, we have a lot of really amazing programming that we'll be introducing in January as well. With the food truck challenge, we realized that we definitely have, I hate to say market, but there's a market for older students who are, ready to, take it that step higher. So we'll be starting our Black Coat Chef program in January. So if you want to save it for that, you can too. But we highly encourage you to come and celebrate the holidays with us at Mesa Kids and, get in on a fun workshop, make some memories.
I do have to say this, before we were live today, Liz knows that Extol is organizing a Thanksgiving dinner to serve not 100 diners, individuals who would be without Thanksgiving, but as we've done in the past, but 200 this year. And you're going to help with that. Your kids are going to help with that, which makes me so excited.
Absolutely. I would say that the food truck challenge, this time around, it just was unbelievable. And I just I can't ever express how surprised I am, and I shouldn't be. But these are amazing kids, and they want to give back. And so they've asked how we can stay together, how we can stick together and do some fun things for the community. One of those things is that we want to have our own little stuffing cook-off, and we want to donate all that stuffing to Exit Zero and serve it up on Thanksgiving.
That is going to be tremendous. That's one of my favorite ways to spend Thanksgiving. So that's a date. And we'll be sharing some more details on our Facebook page because we're going to need the community to come together for that. It's 200 meals. We're going to need volunteers who will take the time on Thanksgiving to join us to serve. It's, I promise you, one of the most rewarding things to do on Thanksgiving Day, to share it with others. So we'll have more details on that on our Facebook page coming up. Thank you so much for being with us today. Buddy, I didn't say this. I have shared before that because of my pre-diabetes, I hope that my nurse practitioner is not watching. I've followed a vegan diet. I'm sober. I've done all these things for months and months. And I could not help myself. When I was in your line, I ate Buddy's barbecue, and I don't regret it for a moment.
No.
It was the best, and I mean that, the best barbecue I've had. I mean, and I'm pre-vegan. I was pretty serious about my barbecue. I mean, I told Liz, I was just like, oh my goodness. In fact, my 5-year-old got a sandwich, and she's 5, so chicken fingers and mac and cheese. I ate hers too.
I'm honestly wondering how I can get in with Dan to go to that Extol East and get over there.
Everybody's
Like,
gonna be vying
do you
for
need
that.
a taste tester? Like, give me a call. I'm more than happy to come try it out.
It was tremendous. Okay, so the winner of the Mesa Kids Cooking School gift card, and the reason I'm looking at my phone, that's how you win the gift cards. Leave comments. We can see you on there. It is Robin White. So Robin White, we will be contacting you. And once again, thank you so much for joining us. It's Paula. Great to see you as always. Buddy, congratulations. We can't wait.
Yes.
We cannot wait.
We'll be there.
We're signing off. We'll go ahead and show
Thank
these
you.
too.
Oh, yes.
Look at
Now
these.
is an appropriate time
Yes.
to sign off so we can eat, right? Buddy, how often do you get to eat when you're not doing the cooking? I mean, here we go.
There we go.
Thanks so much for joining us for Extol Live. We'll be back at 11 o'clock next week. And I'm handing over all the hosting duties to Addie Miners here. She's going to put together a great live streaming show. We hope you'll join us. And again, This Is So In airs at 7:30 a.m. Saturday mornings on WBKI, the CW, soon to be featuring the one and only Bearded Barbecue with Buddy. That's for sure. Have a great weekend. We'll eat.